Our friendly neighborhood pool guy is back, and this time he means business, both during the plot and with the movie in general. Welcome back to Mr. J's Humble Opinion Reviews, and this time I think we got an Oscar winner. Deadpool 2 has to be the best comic book movie in existence. I mean, it literally blows all the other movies out of the water. I mean, it might even be better than Avengers. First of all, the original cast is all back, and they are all top of their game, both as characters and actors and character actors. And I think they're going to be remembered for at least a century. Ryan Reynolds has got to be the truest incarnation of a character ever. More so than Hugh Jackman's Wolverine, I think. I mean, I'm practically speechless about how well he played his part. He was able to blend comedy and tragedy in a way that would impress even the ancient Greek theater people. Seriously. The rest of the cast from the original movie all did great. They had their moments. Some had fewer lines than before, but the time they did spend on screen was never wasted. Now let's go to the new cast. Josh Brolin as Cable was better than Sylvester Stallone as Rambo. He played it in a similar fashion, but you could really see him emote without actually seeing him emote. He was stoic, but you felt like he was screaming inside at times. He really sold that his character was a battle-hardened war vet who was really dealing with some serious pain. I don't want to spoil too much of it, so trust me, you're going to have to see the movie to know exactly what I'm talking about. Now let's talk about Domino. Let's face it, Domino is basically just boobs for looking at. In every other incarnation except this one. This one, she has actual character. I kind of felt was like a modern day Foxy Brown. She knew what her powers were, so she was able to use them to be a graceful butt kicker. It was like watching a ballerina kick around a bunch of bad guys, basically. And while her powers are sort of vaguely described, you could see what they were to a degree. I can't spoil it too much. Just know that, I guess you could say, she's got to be part Irish. You'll know what I'm talking about. As for the villain, who's not actually a villain, that person, who I don't want to spoil, let's just say they are very relatable to a lot of people. Especially people who are stuck in a certain system and who could really see how, under certain circumstances, they could go to a very, very dark place. Now the true villains, I'm not going to spoil them either, but let's just say they were more cookie cutter, and in the end it was very, very satisfying seeing how they were dispatched. I mean, really satisfying. That, like, you're going to applaud when you see them go, but I don't want to spoil how. As for the background extra characters, they, let's just say, subvert certain expectations and certain theories, if you know what I mean. And ultimately, they are kind of pointless, except for one gag. But it was a good gag. I mean, they had some value. As for the plot, it's both cohesive and all over the place. And the payoff is very, very satisfying. I'm not kidding about impressing the ancient Greeks, because what I saw was that multi-layered. The action, typical Deadpool. The profanity, typical Deadpool. The gore, typical Deadpool. The nudity, non-existent. So it's a little less kid unfriendly, which is a good thing because, honestly, it's a family movie. It really is. I know I shouldn't be peddling a film that has so much violence and swearing, but it would be really good for the whole family to see this film. Deadpool 2 is not just a family film, but it's the family film. I can't think of anything bad to